guys, welcome back. I am here today to tell you about one of Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. This is the Prism palette, and this was their holiday collection for holiday 2017. I think this dropped sometime in August or November. However, I didn't get in my hands until December. When I first saw this palette, I literally died. I was like, no freaking way. Do you see those freaking colors? Do you see those metallics? I was sold, and I still am sold, honestly. However, there's a couple shadows in here that just don't do it for me. Let me just tell you which ones. Throne is not my favorite. It is, I have swatches. I don't have swatches. I have one swatch on my hand. Throne is a really, really pretty, I wish I had written down what it is. On my finger, like, look at that, oh my god, it is so gorgeous. However, and it's really pretty there too. Like, it really is. It's a gorgeous color. However, when I go to blend that out, it just kind of, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me when I blend it out. If I pack this on, it's great. But when I go to blend it into other colors, I feel like it just goes into this gray charcoal with a hint of dark turquoise, which isn't bad, but if I want that color on my lid, that's what I want on my lid. The other color that just doesn't do it for me is this Osiris color. Look at that. It is a gorgeous purple with pink reflex in it. Why would that shadow not do me justice? First of all, it's a little harder than most of their other shimmers or metallics, I guess is what they're calling them in this palette. And it looks pretty on my finger. However, when I swatch it, it's kind of chunky, and I can't really get this shadow to work on my eyelids. And maybe it's just me. I know everybody has different opinions, and everybody has a different technique on how they apply their shadows. So it might just be something I'm doing. And if anybody knows, please let me know how you get Throne and Osiris to work for you, because they are so gorgeous in the palette. I want everything in this palette to work for me. Obsidian is the black in this palette, and I'm running out because I've got swatches on both hands and I have a tattoo on this hand. Obsidian is black. It's a matte black. That's not black. Let's see if we can get in another swatch. We're getting there. We're like at a nice charcoal. We'll do one more. And we're still not there. Obsidian was one of the first shadows I went into with this palette. Put it on my outer V with just a basic look. I was just going to do a matte look with this palette because it sounded fun, nice smoky eye, because you can get that pink in there, or you could even use Blur. But I used these ones and that. And when I put that black on, I literally sat there and I was like, what? I was like, Anastasia, no, girl, you are black. I have your single black shadow, and it is bomb. So anyways, when it comes down to this palette, I adore this palette, but I also have this like, when I open it up, because there's 3 shades in here that I would love to play with, and I would love to create an awesome look with, but I just can never get them to do what I want them to do. So, but the other shades in this are, I mean, gorgeous. Lucid is, I don't even know how to explain the color. It's like a champagne-y, I don't know, it's gorgeous. This Dimension color is what dreams are made of for me, because I am a huge purple person. Like, purple is my thing. It's like a grayish purple. Oh, I live for this color. I live for Dimension. Eden is just your basic pinky peach color. I have it actually all over my lids with Lucid over it. Parallel is just a nice milky brown. And then you have Unity, which is what normal people would put in their transition to just, you know, let your shadows blend a little bit more. This is what I have in my transition also. Pyramid is a gorgeous gold. I mean, you cannot get a prettier gold than this color. Just use my pinky. And let's go in here. I mean, whew. And that's not even a good swatch, so we'll just ignore that. But all the shades in here are just beautiful. And I'm gonna go ahead and insert a picture of these swatched on my arm appropriately so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, finger swatches are not the best, just because it doesn't exactly show you how it's going to lay on your eye. I have done multiple looks with this palette though, and I will say overall, I love this palette. At 3 out of the 14 shades I don't like, it does not stop me from picking up this palette. It will never stop me from picking up this palette because you have such an array of different things you can do. Now, since this palette is a holiday palette, it is going to be a little bit more colorful. It's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit more amped up. And I love that. I love when holiday comes out because you're going to get fun shadows. However, I would not put this palette in a beginner's hands. I wouldn't, because it's not going to be the easiest for them to look at this and be like, where's a look? What do like the Modern Renaissance palette, I feel like you can like block them off and get looks. You have looks here, looks there, looks in the Modern Renaissance. And even in Subculture, you kind of do. And then in the new Soft Glam palette, holy cow, like looks, there's blocks. This palette, I feel, is just kind of everywhere, but that's okay because it is a holiday palette. And the more that I think about it, the more I realize that, and I have to remind myself, this is a holiday palette. This is going to be a little bit more spiffy, a little bit more fun, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more pop. And that's definitely what you're going to get with this palette. I would not recommend this to beginners. However, if you are adventurous, I would recommend this because it is fun. However, you will have your little ins and outs with it. Now, as I'm finishing up my review, I know this was short and simple and sweet and I didn't do a bunch in it, but I really, really wanted to tell you guys how I felt about the palette. Like I said, it wouldn't necessarily be a favorite, but it's not necessarily something I don't reach for, because I do find myself picking up this palette more than anything. However, when I'm picking up this palette, it's mainly to pop one of these colors on my lid, or take one of those mattes that are just so gorgeous that Anastasia is known for. So, if you want this palette, I would say hurry up and grab it because it's not going to be around forever. And it is cruelty-free, so that's always a plus. And Anastasia never disappoints, although like I did say, the black in here is not black. Throne is not what I would want it to be, and Osiris could really, if I could get that shade to work, this palette would just be a godsend. So, thank you for tuning in today. Short, simple, sweet, nothing too important, nothing, I'm kind of all over the place, but that's just me. I'm all over the place constantly. So, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the little bell next to it, so anytime I upload, you will get notified, and I promise you won't be disappointed.